This is a video on the rematch between Wladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury. The rematch will be taking place on May the 7th in the Munich's Allianz Arena, which holds 75,000 people. Now, this is going to be a far more exciting fight than last time. I don't think there's much chance it can be any less exciting than before. So, Wladimir Klitschko, this is his last chance to be heavyweight champion and to fulfill his dream of being unified champion. What prevented it before was obviously his brother holding the WBC belt, and then politics of boxing after that prevented him from fighting for a WBC belt. Now, Tyson Fury won the last fight. He didn't completely dominate Wladimir Klitschko. What I mean by dominate is win every single round, but he won decisively. Wladimir Klitschko was only limited to winning 3 rounds of that fight. Wladimir clearly had trouble with Tyson Fury's combination. It wasn't just his height, his combination of height, reach, foot speed, footwork, because Tyson Fury's got good footwork and good foot speed. The feint and style, the jerky feint and style that confused Wladimir Klitschko. Obviously, Tyson Fury can switch from orthodox to southpaw because he's a switch hitter, but Wladimir Klitschko's had a lot of experience fighting southpaw, so he's not going to have a problem with that. I mean, he's fought Chris Bird and Tony Thompson. He's got a lot of experience of fighting very good southpaws before. Now, Tyson Fury is going to be favourite going into this rematch. He should be favourite. No one's managed to outbox Wladimir Klitschko before over a fight. It's never happened before. It proves the quality of Tyson Fury, even if it's an old Wladimir Klitschko, like a lot of people are saying. But a lot of people are thinking Tyson Fury is going to win this even more decisively than the last fight. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, just like I said, I think Wladimir Klitschko is going to be desperate. He's already said what he's going to do in the rematch. He's going to be throwing more combinations. He's going to be expecting the first 1, 2, 3 punches to miss, and then the last 3 or 4 to actually land and hit Tyson Fury. So his work rate is going to be higher. He's already said he's going to be fighting at a higher work rate. He's also already said before that he was not expecting that style from Tyson Fury. He was not expecting him to go out there and be throwing so much feints and using that jerky style. He wasn't prepared for Tyson Fury. He underestimated Tyson Fury. So he's not going to... He said he was confused in the fight, and obviously now he's actually experienced it before, and that he's going to be watching back the tapes and probably discussing it with his brother. And people have got to remember is Wladimir Klitschko and his brother are very intelligent people. I mean, a lot of people underestimate Wladimir Klitschko, and what do I mean by he's very intelligent? What I mean is, every single time Wladimir Klitschko's had a rematch with an opponent, he's won far more decisively than before. I mean, it's not even more decisively, he's dominated in the rematch. Now, obviously, he's never been outboxed by someone before, so we can't expect him to dominate Tyson Fury in the rematch, but it's going to be a far closer fight than the previous fight. I can guarantee that, even with Wladimir Klitschko's age. I mean, if you just look at who he's rematched before, Chris Bird, he lost rounds to Chris Bird before. It went the distance. He knocked out Chris Bird in the 7th round in the rematch, and he won every single round. Lamon Brewster as well. He got knocked out, TKO'd in the Lamon Brewster fight. In the rematch, he stopped Lamon Brewster in the 6th round, knockout. Samuel Peter as well. Samuel Peter managed to actually knock Wladimir Klitschko down. He found a punch to knock Wladimir Klitschko down, and he won the rounds he knocked him down in, which was, I think, 3 different rounds. But in the rematch, obviously, Wladimir Klitschko went away, thought about that, noticed how Samuel Peter was getting to him, and just totally outclassed Samuel Peter in the rematch. Won every single round, knocked him out in the 10th. Same with Tony Thompson. Tony Thompson was actually giving Wladimir Klitschko some problems. I mean, Wladimir won the first fight decisively and knocked him out, but in the rematch, he just clearly won every single round, just completely outclassed Thompson and knocked him out in the 6th round. So Wladimir Klitschko's got a really good track record of winning rematches far more decisively and just dominating them. So you can be expecting a lot more from Wladimir Klitschko. He's not going to be the same confused fighter that's just sitting back and waiting for that opening to change the pace of the fight and just to change how the direction the fight is going in. Now, a lot of people are saying Wladimir Klitschko cannot change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I've been reading that everywhere. I've just been reading that everywhere in the comment section for people discussing the rematch for Wladimir Klitschko Tyson Fury. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Now I've just shown you by the rematches he's had, he does learn. He learns from every single fight, and he changes things, and he's going to learn from this one as well. But forget about that. After Emmanuel Stewart died, Wladimir Klitschko changed his style, maybe negatively, maybe it was a positive, but before when Emmanuel Stewart was training him, you never seen Wladimir Klitschko bouncing on his toes and coming in with a swinging hook. But he changed his style, and Wladimir Klitschko was even older then. He's going to be 40 in the rematch with Tyson Fury, but he was older when he changed his style, and I think he was 36 at the time, which is old for a boxer. So he learned new things even then. And he doesn't even need to learn new tricks. It's not like Wladimir Klitschko has been fighting this way for 20 years, because he's been fighting for 20 years as a professional now. His career spanned over 3 decades, the 90s, the noughties, this decade as well. And the first 10 years he had a completely different style. He was a far more exciting boxer. He threw combinations, he threw a lot of punches in the fight. And he changed that because Emmanuel Stewart told him to, because Emmanuel Stewart thought it was a better, a more positive thing for Wladimir Klitschko to change, and that's what he did. He changed and he adapted to the losses from the Corey Sanders and the Lennon Brewster. And this brings me on to the second point, which is a lot of people are thinking Tyson Fury is going to be able to knock out Wladimir Klitschko in the rematch. Since Tyson Fury won the fight so decisively in the rematch, Tyson Fury will be the one getting far more better, and he'll knock out Wladimir Klitschko in the rematch. And I'll say the same thing I said to people that thought Tyson Fury was going to knock out Wladimir Klitschko in this fight. And it's the fact that Wladimir Klitschko has only ever been knocked down by power punchers. For example, Lennon Brewster never actually knocked Wladimir Klitschko down, but he did TKO him. And by the way, Wladimir just had his hands beside his side, and Lennon Brewster just had a free hand to hit him with his power punches, and Wladimir still never went down. So, if anything, that kind of proves that he's got a decent chin at least. But he's been knocked down by Ross Purity. He was a power puncher. So, like I said, Lennon Brewster was a power puncher as well, but never knocked him down. Ross Purity did knock him down, power puncher. Corey Sanders, another power puncher, knocked him down. Samuel Peter knocked him down 3 times, I think, in the first fight. So, all these guys that have either TKO'd him or knocked him down have all been power punchers before. There's never been a case where someone has even hurt him that has not been a power puncher before. Now, a lot of people are thinking, yeah, okay, but Tyson Fury can do it. I mean, he did outbox him the first time, he can knock him out, and he'll actually go for it this time. He didn't the last time. He didn't actually go for the knockout the last time. He was quite happy to win on points. Now, this isn't true. Anyone that's watched Peter Fury's interviews knows that Tyson Fury came back at the end of the 10th round and said to Peter, "Am I ahead on points?" And Peter says, "Well, I'm not sure if you're ahead on points or not. I'm not the judges. I can't tell. You need to go out there and try and knock him out now in the 11th and 12th rounds. You need to knock him out to win this fight." Now, Tyson Fury is not a stupid person. He knew there was a chance he could lose in points. So he went out there in the 11th and 12th round to knock out Wladimir Klitschko. And he really did try and go for it, but he couldn't do it. Yeah, he hit him with a couple of good shots, but Wladimir wasn't wobbled at all. And it just never happened. So there's no reason to think that's going to happen in the rematch. And and Tyson Fury obviously is going to say he's going to knock him out in the rematch. He's going to say that very confidently. He's going to try and sell the fight that way. But he knows he's going to have to win by decision to get this win. And there's one more thing I haven't covered about how Wladimir can improve from the last fight, and that is the soft canvas. Now, obviously, Wladimir Klitschko had been training on a soft canvas and had prepared for that in this fight. And since he got stripped out, maybe he was giving himself an advantage at all. By the way, there was nothing illegal in what he did. That's been confirmed after the fight. But by using that soft canvas and training on that soft canvas and having it stripped out before the fight, he's inadvertently given himself a disadvantage because he's been training on a different canvas than he was actually fighting to. So that's another thing to think about. It might give him an advantage, it might not. Maybe he just uses the soft canvas to strengthen up his calf muscles for that new bouncing style he uses. But we'll see during the fight. But there's a lot of different ways you can look at this. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko is not going to be as he's not going to be confused. He knows what to expect now when he fights Tyson Fury. He did not before. That was very obvious to anyone watching the fight. That Klitschko was confused. He wasn't expecting the style. I'll say it again. I've never seen Tyson Fury use that style before, so they couldn't have prepared for that style if they wanted to. So Tyson Fury has lost that. He's lost that element of surprise that he had in the first fight. Vladimir Klitschko knows what to expect now. He knows what to expect in the build-up to the fight. He knows what to expect with Tyson Fury in the ring now. He knows what style he's going to use. Because yeah, Tyson Fury might be able to improve in some things and use some slight different tactics in this. But everyone knows Tyson Fury can't just go out there and be aggressive and try and knock him out the way Kubrat Pulev did. Everyone, I mean, if he's going to do what Kubrat Pulev did, he's going to get knocked out like Kubrat Pulev. Tyson Fury knows that. He knows he's got to be defensive. He knows he's got to be smart to win this fight. He knows that Vladimir Klitschko is the most proven punching power at the top level right now. So Tyson Fury's got to be defensive. He's going to have to do what he did pretty much in the last fight. Maybe change some things around as well to try and maybe bring a little bit more surprises to the fight, and maybe he can do that. But I see this being a far more close fight. This has to be a 50-50 fight. From knowing what happened the last time, at the very least, a lot of people will probably put it on Tyson Fury's favour, but I think this is a 50-50 fight. I'm going with Wladimir Klitschko to win this fight by knockout, like he has all his other rematches. That's just how I'm going to go with this. I've got my own opinion, and that's what I'm sticking to, my own opinion. I think Vladimir's going to win this fight by knockout.